Hello dear friend, Marco for your perfumes, and today in episode 129 I'm reviewing a great French affordable niche house fragrance. It's 401 by Bon Parfumeur. It's basically cedar, plum marmalade and vanilla EDP concentration that you can find online between 30 to 45 euros for 100 ml 3.4 ounces. So please don't forget to like, to share, to subscribe, and of course tap the bell so every time there's a new release you will be informed. Okay, this is it. Bon Parfumeur 401. 401, it's basically, as you can see the box, Cèdre, prune confite et vanille. I love the presentation, really classy. Not the best in quality, but really nice. And this is the bottle, quite simplistic, it's okay. The box, it came like that. You can remove, and it sits here. I kind of like the presentation. For the price, it's really nice. Yes, love it. I will not throw away this box. This is the bottle. It's okay, medium quality. The cap is medium also, but it clicked perfectly and the atomizer is great. But first, let's talk about this brand. First of all, Bon Parfumeur is basically a French niche house, quite affordable for a niche house. It's basically, their concept is very interesting. They have simple composition, but quality ones. And they are encouraging of layering their fragrances or their composition with their other composition or with other fragrances at all. And I can find it quite modern. I love it. This one is basically the 401. It's a plum-based fragrance, plum, vanilla, and cedar. This is what you get basically. There are more notes, but this is the dominant one, so you can layer it with another fragrance. And you can find it, as I told you, online for those kind of price, which is really interesting. I love the site. They explain very good basically the concept and how you can find by the color the kind of fragrances that you like, the genre that you like. This is the atomizer. I can show you. I love this. There is no fragrance that resembles to this one because it's more simplistic but really nice. Not a clone of Plum Japonais by Tom Ford. I smelled it a few times because I adore it, but it's, first of all, now it's basically impossible to find, but it's so expensive, but it's much more rich, the Plum Japonais, come on. But the ingredients here are quality one. Okay, so the genre here is basically Oriental Amber Woody. It was released in 2017, so basically a few fragrances of this brand was released in 2017. One of the multiple perfumers, is Nathalie Kubas. Okay, the note. Okay, on the top you got incense, quite present on this one. You got elemi, quite resinous. You got cypress, you got bergamot. In the heart you got plum, the star of this fragrance. You got cedar in the background and in the dry down. You got cinnamon, a touch of cinnamon you got all around the duration of the fragrance. You got patchouli, yes. And in the base you got vanilla, the co-star of this fragrance, lamdanum, sandalwood and musk to round all this composition and to do it more round, more clean. This was basically the note of this fragrance. Now the picture of this fragrance. Well, the picture of 401 is basically an adorable fragrance, comforting fragrance. I really love it. It's a nice composition. The plum and the vanilla and the cedar are really the bone of this fragrance. It's a nice fragrance. If you love plum, it's my case. In my opinion, it's not close to the Tom Ford. Forget about it. I have to admit that I really love this scent. I love plum fragrances. I love incense fragrances. And here it's very present. But the plum here is more like it smells like plum juice. Not too much of marmalade. Whatever, it's called marmalade. Basically plum marmalade. But for me it smells like a plum juice, which is better in my opinion. Then you got vanilla and cedar. The fragrance is not so complex, but it's very nice. It's warm, it's sweet, but not too much sweet. It's resinous. It's a gourmand also because it's kind of edible. It's musky, a little bit ambery even, and quite linear, I have to admit, quite linear. What you get in the opening, it's basically what you get in the dry down, with more woody touch in the dry down, of course. So basically, this a little bit resinous gourmand fragrance is very versatile and comforting, a little bit fruity, and what I love about it, it's basically incense-y. Not too much, don't be afraid. It lasts a decent amount of time for the price. The opening is really vanilla, spices, plum, and then you got the woody note in the dry down, but all is basically linear because this is what you smell the duration of the fragrance. Okay, I love this fragrance also because it's an all season, and this is important. This was the fragrance, the picture of this fragrance. Now, the last thing. On my skin, I got 5 hours, which is not bad, and on my shirt, 6 to 7 hours. So I give it a note of 7.5 out of 10. The projection is average. I sprayed 8 times minimum, not less. So the projection is average. You got a meter bubble around you for around 1.5 hours. I will give it a note of 7 out of 10. The sillage is comme ci, comme ça, not the best. I will give it a note of 6.5 out of 10. The season, I think, frankly, it's an all season, but prefer to wear it basically in the spring, in the fall, and in the summer. But you can, no problem, wear it in the evening, in the summer. If you want, you can dress up. It's an all occasion. I told you it's a versatile fragrance. So I will give it a note basically of 9 out of 10. The demography, I find it an all age, so from 18 years old until 80 years old, yes. It's even a little bit playful, so I give it a note of 9 out of 10. The scent rating, I will give it a note of 9 out of 10, yes. And of course, the similarities. To tell you the truth, I smell a few plum fragrances. I don't see some fragrances that smell exactly like this one or not even close. So I will not tell you which one is close to that because frankly, it's very unique and I love it. So the note I will give for 401 by Bon Parfumeur is 9 out of 10. 9 out of 10 because it's a great fragrance and it will be perfect in your collection, especially if you don't have any plum fragrance. It's a must-have, and because it's an affordable niche, at least one affordable niche and quality niche fragrance. Bon Parfumeur 401, Cedar, Plum, Marmalade, and Vanilla. Recommended by me. Take care. Bye bye.